Hi guys, how you guys doing? Something happened to me today that I thought to share. So my mom sent me on an errand today to dispatch a letter for her somewhere, and when I got there, the there was someone I was supposed to submit the letter to, a particular person, the secretary to the person that I was, that the letter was directed to, but the person was not on seat. So someone else collected the letter for her and stamped it, gave me the acknowledgement copy, blah 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 blah. So when I stepped out of the office, in my head I was like, maybe I should just call my mom. Sorry, I'm on the road under the hot sun. So that's why there's so much noise around. Please manage it. But basically, when I stepped out of the office, I just thought to myself that I should probably call my mom and give her an update of what's going on, because usually with stuff like that, I don't want to get home and be hearing, oh, did you give it so how am I sure the letter will get delivered to the right person, all this wahala. So I just called her right there and then, and I was like, oh, when I got to the office, this is who I did not meet the person, but I met someone else, blah 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 blah. And she was like, okay, I should go back and give the phone to the person that I met, to so that she could speak to him, basically. And I went back. Now, the letter she asked me to submit is an official document from our organization where she works to another organization. And that, anyways, let me not get into all of that. But basically, I went back and I gave the person, the phone. No, before I gave the person the phone, I was like, oh, sir, the person who actually sent me to deliver this letter said she would like to speak to you if you do not mind. And then the man just gave me one very funny attitude and he was like, why? Um, why does the person want to speak to me? What do they want to speak to me about? I was like, oh, I'm not really sure, but she said she would like to speak to you. And I was also trying to be careful not to say, oh, my mom, since it's an official um assignment, so that you will not, like, so you will take me seriously, basically, because I'm not submitting the letter as the daughter of my mom. I'm submitting it from our office, right? So, and then the man was shy giving all this funny. I was like, I don't know. So I spoke back to my mom and I was like, this is what the man is saying. In fact, my mom was hearing what the man was saying as he was saying it on the phone. She was hearing everything. I was like, sure you can hear. He's asking why you want to talk to him. And my mom was like, what's the big deal? Tell him it's so, right? Now mentioning like her name and the office and the title of the person that, tell me so person that wants to speak to him. The moment I said it, that, oh, it is so person that wants to speak to you, his his demeanor just changed instantly. It was like the person that had been doing, why, what does the person want to say? You should have an idea of what the person wants to say to me. That was what the man told me. You should because the person's mood just like changed instantly. He was like, oh, okay, sure, give me the phone. And then collected the phone. I was like, oh yes, ma. Oh, this, okay, ma. No problem, ma. Sure, ma. And in my head, I was like, I'm just like, see how in less than a minute, in an instant, somebody that was, giving me an attitude before, just like switched, just changed his countenance, like immediately, just because he heard the title and the office of the person that sent me. And the crazy thing is, it didn't matter before that that person is my mom, right? Because I did not mention that, oh, the person that is sending me, oh, is this person. It didn't matter. I just came and I was like, oh, I came to submit a letter, right? That's the first time. But the moment I now said, oh, this is the person that is sending me, automatically the respect and the way this man began to address me now changed. And the lesson there is that there's a popular adage that they say in Yoruba where is it even an adage? Well, like an adage or proverb where they say that Kimberu and there's a way they say like basically you do not fear the person that you are asked to deliver a message to. You fear the messenger, the person who sends you. So like if you were asked to deliver a message to someone and let's say that person is like maybe highly placed or for whatever reason you probably wouldn't have access to that person on a normal day, you do not fear that person. You do not out of fear or regard for that person say, oh, I'm not going, no, I can't talk to that person. No. Instead, you fear the person who sent you. You look at the office because you are going, the truth of the matter is the person sending you on errand. You are going in the capacity of that person. It's almost as though the person is going by themselves. So you fear the person who sends you on errand, not the person that you are being sent to, right? And the lesson from there is how authority has nothing to do with you. Sometimes authority has nothing to do with your own current status. Authority has to do with the person in whose capacity you are going. So you can apply that to maybe let's say your dad is let's not even say your dad. Let's say the president, or let's say you're an ambassador of a nation and you're being sent to another nation, right? Once you get to that other nation as an ambassador, it's as good as the president himself going. It's as good as the president himself. So anything you say is taken as though you are speaking with the authority of the president of your own nation, right? If an ambassador from America comes to a certain place, comes to Nigeria, anything he says is taken, when they want to report it, it's taken as though the United States of America said this thing. The person is not treated as an individual, like, oh, whatever your name is, no matter how tall you are, how wealthy you are, how short you are, who you know, it doesn't matter because you are going in the office and the authority of the person who sent you. And we can apply this in our spiritual work too, right? In our work with God. When the Bible says he sent his word and healed their diseases, like sometimes, regardless of the challenge or problem that you are facing in life, you do not have to fear. What matters is what does the word of God say about that matter. And even if you want to doubt yourself, like, oh, I have no connections, I don't know anybody, I'm not powerful, but you know the one who created everybody. You know the person who holds the whole world in his hands. You know the person who owns the cattle upon 1,000 hills. So if God sent you to maybe do something, go somewhere, whatever that thing might be, you are going in the authority of God. God sent you to do that thing. And there's a name in Yoruba for God. That name is Oromonishe Fayati. The name means the one who sends a child on errand and backs him up. Like, oh, Fayati, like, God will not send you somewhere and leave you be and not back you up and not be with you. Just like this person, Moses, right? When God was sending Moses, and Moses was so scared. Moses was like, oh, I can't go back to Pharaoh. If I go back to Pharaoh, Pharaoh is going to kill me. I'm a stammer, I'm this, I'm this, I'm this. And God was like, go. You are still going. And Moses was like, okay, even if I go, who do I tell them sent me? And God said, tell them I am. I am that I am sent you. Right? So it's not about, it didn't matter whether Moses was fluent in English. I said English. Well, fluent in speaking. It didn't matter whether Moses was powerful or wealthy or had an army or whatever. What mattered was the fact that God sent him there, and he had no choice but to obey God by being there. And so, why am I saying all of this? Initially, I wasn't even going to like link it up. I'm doing this 30 days challenge thing, this audacity challenge, where basically we have to show up consistently for 30 days from June 1st to June 30th, and just show up literally. And as I was thinking about this thing, I was thinking about how sometimes the reason why a lot of people shrink back from the things that God has asked them to do is because of, we are looking at ourselves. We look at ourselves too much. We are way too self-centered. We focus too much on ourselves. You are looking at your bank account. You are looking at your connections. Who do I know? Whose daughter? Who is my father? Who is my mother? What is my educational qualification, and all of those things. And those things do, I'm not saying they cannot give you a leverage. Those things can give you a leverage in life, really, if you have them. But even if you do not have some of those things, or you're not at the level where you want to be, you have a God who created you in his image. And if God has put any idea inside of you, best believe it's because he trusts that with the resources that he has already made available to you, you can bring it to pass in the capacity that he has given you, right? I remember when I attended the Execute conference. Man, this video is getting long. But I remember when I attended the Execute conference, and Tana was speaking, and then she made an example for us. She asked 3 people to come out, and she basically compared those 2 people and was like, imagine that those 3 people are 3 different people at different levels of their lives with good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
With basically the same instructional assignments. Like, let's say 3 of them have been asked to write a book, right? But one happens to be maybe a university student, maybe 200 level, she's just starting out her life. And then the second person happens to be maybe a recent graduate who just started working, right? So she has a source of income, she's trying to get back by in life. And the third person is maybe an industry mogul, someone like Tara Durotoye, who is already like well established. 3 of them can write a book. 3 of them can launch a book. They might not do it the same way. They might not do it at the same capacity. Tara Durotoye can afford to invite the big business names, have a very huge event, do things in a very large scale, right? The university students can maybe beg our friends, please just help me MC this event. I don't have much to give you. Please just help me be the photographer for the day. She can afford to maybe book a hall. The university students might only be able to just do an online book launch, right? Not even print any physical copies yet, and just do an online, event for 1 hour on Google Meet. But at the end of the day, even though they didn't do it the same way, what matters is that they executed their idea with the resources they were given at the level which they were, to the best of their ability. They did what they could with what God has blessed them with, and that's what matters at the end of the day. That is what excellence is. That is what showing up with audacity is. Not comparing yourself with someone who's maybe 10 or 20 years ahead of you and saying, oh, because I don't have this thing that this person has or that thing that that person has, then I'm just going to sit down at home and not do that thing that I'm supposed to do. And personally, this is something that I have experienced in my own life. I wish that as I'm sharing this right now with you, I wish I could say, oh, I'm not a victim of this thing that I'm talking about, but I'm very much a victim. Sorry if maybe it sounds like I'm breathing hard, because I actually am talking, carrying a bag, carrying an umbrella under the hot sun. I've been walking quite a distance, so I talk pretty fast. So yes, I'm breathing quite hard, but it's just manage me like that. But yeah, basically, so I can say that I'm a victim of even this thing that I'm sharing with you. For 5 years I've sat on an idea that God instructed me to do, because I gave myself all kinds of excuses. I don't have this yet, I don't have this yet, I'm not ready, I can't do this yet, and maybe this, maybe that. And even the book that God asked me to write for about 3 years now, I've also delayed on doing that because I've made up all kinds of excuses. Even recently, now that I've picked up writing the book again, I'm seeing why, like, those excuses that I made, they did not go away. I'm still seeing them. But guess what? The more I wake up, when I wake up now and I show up and have this mindset of whatever challenges there are, I'm just going to find a way around it, and I'm going to do this thing regardless, because God asked me to do it and I have God backing me up. The more I find out that there are so many easy ways out of those challenges, like the things that I thought, oh, this would cost me so much, I'm seeing now that it won't cost so much. Things I'm thinking, oh, I don't have knowledge on this, I'm seeing free courses on those things. Like, I'm seeing free courses on product formulation, on trichology, that I can easily learn, right? And nobody's charging me. Oh, things that I thought, oh, and to do a business registration in Nigeria is going to be very hard, I'm seeing that, oh, now you can do an online registration and it doesn't cost too much, right? So basically, just wherever you are at, whatever God has asked you to do, stand up and do it, and remember the person that is backing you. Remember the God that is backing you, the Romanisha Fayati that sent you. God will not send you on your hand and leave you without resources and without the things that you need to actually do it. But you have to get up. You have to actually get up. Moses, you have to pick up your rod and go to Egypt. Then you will see the miracles. Then when Pharaoh tells you, this, you can now throw your staff and to become a serpent. But if you stay in, what was the name of that mountain now where Moses was? I can't remember. Was it Oreb? Can't remember. But if you stay there and you keep making excuses, nothing will happen. Israel will never be free. You will never step into your destiny. And eventually, when God is tired, God would pick somebody else to replace you. And I feel like that's the most painful part of everything, when God gives you assignment to another person, because you wasted so much time. And then you see someone who is not even as good as you doing that exact thing that you were meant to do, and probably doing it better than you would have done it, and you are guessing, oh, if you were me, I would have done this. Well, guess what? You didn't stand up, you didn't do it, and now God has replaced you with another person. So before that happens, stand up and execute. Okay, that's my word for you today.